Okay, for some reason my internet chose to go off. So let's try this again. But this time let's, because I realized that even the city we are making, we would need a lot of small buildings to populate it. So let's make a few of those. I think for this stream I want to see if I can make all these images, all these buildings, small buildings, and again I want to make them available to my patrons. And what I want to do this time, I want to make sure that these are all that they are all single mesh buildings, so that they are low poly and are usable in can be easily populated without crashing your PC or something. So let's start by making this building here. Just maximize my PureF here. Yeah, so let's start with this structure here. So that's going to go in. Good thing is it's in a square form. Can just insert the building like this, and scale the inside. Just remove the middle part like this. Just bring these walls up. Let me grab my concrete material. Just look for concrete. Use this. Then let me just turn around colors here. About that height. And let's make the roof. The roof should be easy. I can just grab this, Shift D. Again, I want to make this a single mesh so that when it comes to instancing, or making instances of it for a particle system is much easier than if it was multiple objects. Let me get some shingles here. Let's go to textures.com. I'll look for clay roof texture. See what we get. Have this, have that. Let's look for seamless and see. Let me go to textures and just look for roof. I want to get photo textures. Yeah, I think this could work. What else could work? This also could work. Maybe this. Let me get some nice music here for a bit. Let me try this. Okay. I'll put these in my resources. I mean, just create a new roof category. Paste those there. Come back here, just link the roof category here. I think I can create a new material that has the roof. Can just use object mapping for this. So object something like that. Another thing we can do is make them a bit dirty. I think I need actually, let's use UV mapping. Should be much easier. Let me unwrap these, scale this up like that. I want this to look a bit dirtier, so I think I can grab a grunge map. So let me search for that. Grunge. Grab this texture here. Just blend the two. Also give this the same coordinates like that. Just let me call this ROM small buildings. Make this a bit dark like that. And then now we have some nice detail. Can just round off the top a bit. Maybe it's not necessary, but what I can do is just add something like a cube here. Just a small detail that I think will come out looking nicely in when we instance this. I think I can round off this a tiny bit like that. And now I can duplicate these. Actually, if I do that, I need this first to be a bit smaller. Let me turn on ambient occlusion. There. Just a small detail like that. Think could help. Hello, MXZ, MX40. How are you? Yeah, my stream crashed a minute ago. That's why you see that we almost have no viewers, but it's okay. We're not doing anything special. Hey, Zigzag. Glad you came back. Hello, Burning Bright. How are you doing? Burning Bright, someone else has your name, I think, here. Or is that you? Another thing I want to do is just... Let me grab an edge like this, extrude on the X, Control L, just scale it down, or scale it up and then push it down a bit. Yeah, I'm great. Yeah, so one thing I'm realizing, because I took a almost a week break, and I was talking about this, and then my internet just broke, and the stream died. Maybe because I was talking shit about YouTube, so they killed my stream. But yeah, I took a break of 1 week, and I'm realizing that YouTube doesn't seem to want that. They will punish you for punish you for taking a break. As you can see, we don't have as many people in the stream as we used to. So if you are a streamer as well, that's something you have to note. You can't take longer breaks. Anyway, so I want this to be wooden, so a bit darker, so I'll give it a new material. Let's look at just use cube projection, make it maybe a bit darker. So let me reuse the same material here, but make it more darker. Like that. Working on a new cyber byte model, setting up new materials in a library. Ah, nice. Did you ever do a final render for the bike? For the ship, sorry, because I don't remember seeing it. If you did, could you share it and check it out? Maybe in Discord, can check it out on the stream. Are these intended to be game assets? Kinda, yeah. That's why you see I'm trying to keep them low poly, especially for these buildings. Not just for game assets, but because I want to at some point make a Roman medieval city with them. I want to keep them fairly low poly so that I can make a lot of copies of them without incurring too much computation power cost. So duplicate this 90 degrees. Like that, and maybe this should be, I don't know, actually I should keep it like that. Now if you want to make this corner piece here, that's one of the easiest thing to do. You just duplicate this P and just use a mirror modifier with an object, or you don't even need an object. So let me first reset the origin to the center. Just do mirror and then just rotate these 45 degrees like that. So you would have something like this, but you see that pieces are going through each other like that. So just use the bisect tool to make the piece just, yeah, be like that. Now I can rotate this again 45 degrees, and I think for now we can keep everything separated so that it makes it easier for us to use these pieces, to reuse these pieces. So let me just make this shorter a bit like that. I bring this up, and I want an edge here. Shift D, F, fill it in like that, so that, and this piece can have the concrete material like that. Maybe even just be, yeah, something like that. So easy peasy. And I think these have to be a bit wider, so like that, and maybe this also should extend a bit down. So I think I can just extrude I really like some of the models you did with a PC hardware. Yeah, it's just how much time you want to spend on the asset. Usually, even a shitty PC can do something good if you are willing to put in that time. Let me see. I want to push this in. Grab this edge, push it down, grab this edge, push it in. I think, yeah, this should be something like that. I think, yeah, maybe even wider. Thank you for subscribing AMX40. Really appreciate that. Now I'm going to grab this wall, extend it down like that, so we have, I think I need to scale this on the X like that. So these corners are in, these pieces are in every corner, so I can just duplicate these, Shift D, rotate 90 degrees, have another one there. Seems this side here is a bit longer, so maybe we can extend it as well. Thank you, Jonathan Rodriguez, for subscribing. I'm glad I got you to speak with you. Like, thank you, no problem. I would love to hire you for a project I am working on CG. Is CG Trader a good choice? Yeah, it is. It is a good choice, but you can send me a direct message via my email. But a CG Trader, or you can use CG Trader, it's no problem. Yeah, so let's see. We want this roof here. So I'm going to grab this, bring it here. We can remove now the mirror modifier. We don't need it. Just going to make sure that this doesn't extend that far. Let me just make sure that this is not selected. I like to subscribe to all Blender tutorial channels. I come by since you never know when you might need them. Thank you. Okay, so let's make this piece here. Going to grab this, bring it up. You notice that I'm using object coordinates, so even when I move this, the texture just updates itself, which is nice. Interesting. And I think I can also extend this in the y direction like that. So a very light house like this makes it very much easier to instance, since we don't have a lot of polygons. And this can also be used for games as well, because we're not using that much polygons, as I said. Yeah, I actually think this can be mirrored on the X. So I'll add a loop here, add a loop here, just then grab this side, remove it. Just make sure that my origin is set to the middle like that, origin 3D cursor, and just mirror. That any geometry that is going through it, we can just bisect it. Okay, let's add some windows and doors. That should be very simple. Reminds me of 3G Gigs Castle tutorial. I really need to attempt that. Yeah, it was a really great tutorial. Let's make this balcony piece. So I'm just going to grab a plane. We're going to merge these pieces together later, so that we're only dealing with one single object. But now we can. But right now we can just use this. Now to make these, there are several ways we can do that. I think just using a circle with about 8 vertices is much easier, so let's do that. So I can add a loop here to make that wider, add a loop here to make it tighter, and add another loop to make it wider. Like that. Just keeping the polygon count fairly low. Just like that. Make sure it's using the same material. You can come in and just add some small detail here. So if I apply the scale of this, again, we are aiming for a very low polygon count. You just make sure these are joined. And I'll increase my auto smooth angle to 45 like that. Grab this piece, origin to 3D cursor. How did you copy those so quickly without using the array? You just use Shift R. So you grab a piece, Control L, Shift D to duplicate it on the axis, and then Shift R to repeat the action. So Shift R just repeats the action you have just made. So since the action was copying, it repeated that a few times, and we had duplicates. Like that. Now we have our balcony. We need a door and a window. So I'm going to come in here, just do this. Actually, I can split this up. Even here. Just select all vertices on this side. Delete those faces. Apply a mirror. Like that. Now let me go and search for a door. Let me see, do I have doors? So I'll go to my resources, link my details, search again, and I can see we have some nice doors here that I think can be useful here. So I'll grab maybe this, add a plane, and use the quick function add-on to set up the materials for me. If I look at this, it is a simple plane like that, which is enough for what we want. I can insert this so that I can extract some of the details that we have here. Again, I want to keep this fairly low poly. I'll just insert in the videos, and I just set again, push them in, and that should be enough for our door. I'm not going to use the normal value here, so that should be enough for a low poly door. Can push that in. Let me look for window and see if I can. So medieval, I don't think medieval Rome had any glass, so you're not going to use any objects with glass, any windows with glass. And actually we can get away with just reusing the window as this door as the window. Not sure if this is the best door there is. So let me just insert push this a little bit in. Now we can reuse this as a window. All we need is a window cutout. And I think we can also just make this make the windows a bit opened. Like that. To make it really look like the window is open, I'm just going to create just going to use a darker material for the interior, for the inside. And I'm also going to grab this window again. Just delete the inside parts like this. Just push this in. Add a mirror. I think this is too wide. We don't need the mirror. We can just have a window, a simple window like that. Actually, to make this even much simpler, you can just join these pieces together and grab this edge loop here and this here, extrude, add a loop cut around there, and this face we can make it much darker. So the window is going to look like that, and this can be concrete. Can use the concrete material we have. So when we need a window, we just duplicate this, and I want the window to be off this side like that. So we can duplicate this again. And now we can repeat this down here. Same for the door. Basically the entire setup. And some of these windows don't really need to be too opened. So just actually this piece here should be separated. So I can easily rotate this around its edge. Shift R, oh nice for the info, no problem man. Hi bro, from Tajikistan, Central Asia, you can show the following video how to create traditional or Chinese building. I think I have a Japanese building. When we created the ninja scene, I think, yeah, that was a good demo for that. I think we can make this a bit wider or larger. And now we can add some columns here. So I'll just grab this column here. Control L, Shift D, make it, scale it up, and just create a base like that. Now we can repeat this piece here. Control L, Shift D, there. Anyway, man, you're making me get off my ass and make something in Blender myself. So I'm gonna head out, keep it up. Ah, nice, no problem. Okay, yeah. That feels bad that I can't render my fire simulation in my laptop. I have Omen 15 370 GPU, but most of the time Blender crashes. Yes, Simulations do require a lot of computation power, so that can be problematic. Okay, thank you, Samuel Godwin, for subscribing. Really appreciate that. Let's add a door, a window on this as well. So thank you next for subscribing. Really appreciate that. Let's add a window here. Actually, we don't really need these edge loops. We can just grab a face like this, insert it, and then scale it. Just extrude in. I'll give this a dark material as well, and then I can just grab this window. Let me turn on wireframe. Just snap it there, and make it as wide as necessary. And we might not need this to be. We don't need this to have. Let me first reset the origin. So Kevin, does your PC handle other things better, or is it just the simulation? Because that seems like a fairly beefy PC. If you have a 3070, does it handle anything, the other things much better, or does it not? So get something like that for the window again. Duplicate. Actually, I can just join this here, so we have this on the other side. Another thing I like about this building is that they have a different material for the bottom part, so I think we can do that. We can add that as well. So I will need just add a loop cut here and look for a brick material. So a brick material like that. Now we can do the same under here. Just divide. Something like that. Would you add a fire chimney? A fire chimney, yeah, I think we can add that. I really love your tutorial on how to create storm scene in Blender. Is it possible for me to create such with my PC laptop? I think I used a low spec PC than what you're using, so I think it's very much possible. It should be possible for you to do, because my PC was even less powerful than yours. You can give it a try and see. Give it a try and let us know. I also want this to use the same setup there. So let's duplicate this. I think I can just use a mirror. Yeah, I think that this looks fairly Roman-like. Okay, I need this. Okay, we need an entrance here as well, so let's do that. So I think it should be here. Around there. Grab this. Again, we can use the same door we created earlier. So I'm not sure if I like how this door is looking. Let's see what to do about it. I think I have a different door in my resources, so let me go back to my textures. Yeah, let's use this instead. Yeah, so we have something like that. Looks much better, I think. Now we're going to have to update the windows as well. Yeah, you know, another thing I could do is just go into Photoshop. Let me open this image and see. Image. Yeah, this image here. I'm just going to crop off this. So just don't need to use Photoshop for that. Crop and save, and then just reload the image here, and everything should start looking good. Okay, we want a section of this. Let me see if I grab this. I remove the mirrors. I need this block, remove this mirror. Yeah, this here. Hey, thank you for subscribing. Mindagas. Sorry, if I can't pronounce your name. If I butchered your name, it's going to. Okay, I think I can just extend just this part here. We don't need. And we need the roof as well, so we need to bring one of these pieces again, removing the mirror modifier. So I think we need this to be around here. Now, can get rid of this lower part, so we just have the roof. And also just get rid of some of these. Some of these pieces up to there. And I can just extrude this in. Now we have these poles, so we can reuse them. I just grab this pole, Shift D, P. And I think this is enough. Maybe we can just grab one more window. Let's grab this here, have it here. A smaller one, just like that. We don't need these sides. Yes, add a few loop cuts here. Actually, we don't need a loop cut. Actually, we do. Just add a loop cut here. Then insert, make it fit. Okay, that's our single building. That's building one. I think we are done with that. And the great thing is that we are not really, it's not too high poly, so it can be used in a game engine. We need to fix some of these here. Yeah, let me see. I think I just need to do something like that, and I'll be okay. Yeah. And The inside also needs to have something in it, so I'll just give it the same concrete material. If you want, you can add a few other things. I'll call it, I think I have a ring, a circle. Just to make the compound a bit more detailed without adding too much detail. Just add this. Okay, make sure that I want to make sure it doesn't use too much polygons. Yeah, like I said, we want to keep this fairly low poly, so there is no need for all these polygons. So I'll go in and just remove okay, no, it's just too much work. Anyway, and I want to add in some kind of a statue in the middle. Grab this, doesn't need a mirror. So this is what I have. I want it to be in the middle there. But this looks fairly high poly, so I'll just use a decimate modifier again. Especially on the lines. So to do that, I just need to create a vertex group for the lines. I think that's how low we can get. So if this is viewed from this side, I think it looked nice. If we view it from here, still looks nice, looks decent. Maybe we can, another thing I could do is just come in here, add in some windows here. And all I have to do with this is just give it the door material, I think. So unwrap. Can repeat this on here, this side, so that we also have some sort of window on this side as well. So let's see how this looks in cycles. Just extend this up. Let's see how this looks in cycles. So if I add the sky texture, so sky texture here. Doesn't look bad. Let me change the light angle, and I'm going to use yeah. Again, these assets are going to be available to my Patreons. If you are a Patreon, you'll be able to get this asset and other medieval assets that we'll be making. Fairly decent, I think. Let's look at a different piece. This here. So I'll just call this building 1. Let's try this. We already have most of the setup, so I just grab this one piece here, Shift D, move it out of that collection. Okay, so we're starting a new building. As you might see, it's wider in the Y, like that, maybe even a bit wider on the X. These edges here, I think I need to get rid of this structure. How do I? This needs to be extended. You guys are quiet today. Very, very quiet. And I need to have some kind of a window on this side as well, so somewhere. And I think this has to be a bit taller, so let's make it taller. So these windows are going to be on the second floor, up like that. So let's see. You are here? Ah, nice, nice, nice to know. Kind of feels empty when you guys are not speaking, so it's amazing if you do. Anyway, so we have this. Want to make it like this, so all we have to do, just make a copy of this without the mirror. This mirror. And this mirror. Rotate this 90 degrees so that this is the middle part. Hello Ahmed Yusuf, how are you? So do we have any new users in the chat that would like to say hello? Okay, so we have this. I think I just need now to bring this closer together like that, so that these can be joined. Let me see, why are they not matching? Hello again. Yes, hello Rodriguez. Good to see that you guys are still here. Okay. Just need to make sure that these pieces, origin to 3D cursor, just make sure that these pieces are matching like that. Now, to make this look like a separate flow, I'm just going to go in here, because right now it doesn't really seem so. If I make sure that all of these faces are up on the same level, I'm going to grab these edges, subdivide, so that we have a single edge loop going through like this. Actually, I need to make sure that this extends all the way like that. Like that. Have it somewhere there. Because I want this to show that this is a different flow or story. So you can add a simple separation like that. Why did you take a break? I just wanted to take a break. I didn't want... yeah, I was getting a bit tired of doing the same thing over and over. But as I said, YouTube doesn't seem to want that. And that's why you see that a lot of streamers never take breaks. Because if you do, you lose all your progression. Okay, so we have that. And for this piece here, I think I'm going to need curved windows. Do I? Actually, on this piece here, let's do something more radical. So I'm going to mirror this. Ganja Farmer not here. Yeah, it's been a while since, actually, I don't think it's been a while, just that I haven't streamed in a while, so that could be one of the reasons. On this, I want, let me first make sure that this is pushed all the way to the side, like that. So we have something like that. And these vertices, this one can be merged to that. Give the other material to separate the thing. I think so. I don't want to have a lot of materials, especially since this is supposed to be low poly. Okay, I'm not sure why this is down here. Should be there. Yeah, so I wanted to have arcs around here, so I'm going to come in here, create an arc, and that is as easy as just having a cube and adding a loop in the middle. Bring this up, then use Ctrl B to bevel that, and we should get a fairly decent arc like that. Just yeah, something like that. And we can use this as a Boolean cutter. So the existing brick. Okay, you mean this line here? Not bad. Yeah, so I wanted, as I was saying, this music is too loud. Can you show keyboard shortcuts? Keyboard shortcuts. Okay, there. I want this to be wireframe. And we want to keep this fairly low poly, so I'll just do something. I'll just turn this into a single n-gon. And get rid of this here. These edge loops. Now we can use this as a Boolean cutter. Like that. And this should use this object as, let me see. Need to push this. You should use this object as the mirror. For the Y, and for the X, let's add an empty. Actually, you should just use this empty as the mirror for the X and Y, and this should use this as the mirror for the X. Like that. Yeah, so we want to have something like this. So you can see something like that, I think, looks more decent. And another thing I could do is just make a cut here from here. A cut here. Use extrude manifold and just get rid of this face. Seems to have doubles in different areas. Okay, something like that, and then we can just add some poles. Let's go back to the outliner here. This had some decent poles, so I'll just grab that. I'll move it to the new scene. Can disable this. Let's add this. Has a nice balcony. Do we need a mirror? I think we do. Just rotate this 180 degrees. "31 likes, 30 people viewing." Meaning we have more people viewing than the likes. So let's get those likes up. Would be amazing. Can have this, I don't know, maybe somewhere like that. Maybe make this a bit taller. Hello, Anuraj Dev, how are you doing? We need this to be extended. You can use the same empty as the mirror. And I think for these here, for the booleans, we're going to have to extend them. Maybe not. We can have them there. Going to grab these, Control L, Shift D, X, and just repeat that. Yeah, so we have something like that. We can grab this entire block as well. Then Shift D, I'll rotate it. Actually, I think this one doesn't need a mirror. Or at least it doesn't need it in the X direction, so that same here. So this piece here can be much shorter, like that. We can create the same thing here. I'll just grab this roof here, just the roof. I thank you for subscribing, J3 Animation. I appreciate that. Hi, have you ever played VR chat on the Oculus Quest? I'm very much interested in making a game level that can be uploaded into VR chat. Have you done anything like that? No, I have not played VR chat or made anything for VR chat. Have not, unfortunately. Anyway, I want to grab the roof pieces. I should first do this. Ctrl L, hide. I want the roof, just the roof pieces. Ctrl L, Shift. Let me grab the roof, Shift D, P, and hide it. Just want the roof only without the mirror. Rotate this 90 degrees and have it here. Can make it longer and extended like that. I have some decent pillars that I can grab, so for my library, so I'll call this column. Let me look for an ionic column. Is it the ionic? Fairly detailed, I like that. That's I don't want to use all that polygon, so let me decimate it. Something like that. Just give it the same material. Why have you not? Your 3D work would be more fun to explore in VR, in virtual reality. Well, a more fair answer would be that I haven't really. Most of the things I do, I try to make sure that I'm doing them because they are monetizable. So, because creating 3D art is takes a lot of time. So, if I'm doing it, I need to make sure that there is a fair way, an easier path to monetization. So, a way to make money out of it, because it does take a lot of time, and I just haven't explored VR that well to know. Just have this. I don't think we need this base. Again, let me just take a look at this one more time just to make sure. Okay, decent number of polygons. Can grab this edge loop, insert, just drag this down. I'll just make sure that this is using a concrete material like that, and I think we can get away with a adding in a few extra edge loops here. And just to make this fairly detailed, I'm just going to insert, scale, extrude, insert, extrude, just to have some small detail there. And here I can grab, we can have an array of these. And then what is left is this flow. You are a machine, and the tattoos inside my brain. Okay, I'm not sure if that's a compliment, but I'll take it. These should be the same level as everything else, I think. Oh, this should be extended. You know, Burning Bright, I'm not sure if you're still here, but I think I do really like how this is coming out with this separation material that you suggested. So let me add it on here. Yeah, that's why I like the nature of live streams, is that you guys always suggest things I never would have thought of. So make sure that this is also a brick material. Like that. Ah, nice. Yeah, I think the separation also adds some level of detail that would have missed if it wasn't there. Grab these. Have you tried uploading any models in any kind of game engine before? Yes, I have. I do sometimes use Unreal Engine. Just insert this. What's going on here? Mic is off. It's on. I think it should be on now. Let me see. Yeah, it's on. Yeah. Fairly decent building. Can be seen from this side to look good. This side. Fairly decent. Let's see another building. Let's try this one. And the great thing about working like this, so let me make sure that this is in called building 2. The good thing about working this like this is that we can easily instance the first building. So that's our first building. If I bring in the second building, you can see just 2 of these, and we have something fair. And actually, I think we can make entrance. The entrance. Burning Bright, you really have you have a keen eye. You're very good at seeing things. Yeah, for the entrance, let me first grab this building and hide. I think this has a boolean, so we can take advantage of that. I can just grab this Control L, just scale this up, make a boolean cut. Yeah, thank you for letting me realize we didn't have an entrance. Okay, I think we only need 1 entrance, don't we? Maybe 2. No, thank you. Okay, so here I want. We don't need this edge loop. I can just grab. Yeah, something like that. You have the entrance, and what else? I feel we can do something like this. Extrude. I'll look for a grass material. No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, something like that. Just added small detail, maybe even just grab this. Something like that, small detail. Anyway, let's continue on to the another building we could do. Instead of creating one from scratch, we can just duplicate this. I'll just duplicate the collection, turn off the first building here, and I think I can get rid of the. Let me see, what can I get rid of? This, the Y mirror, and this we can also get rid of the Y mirror. Same for this, we can get rid of the Y mirror, should we? Actually, you can separate the top bits. Get rid of the Y mirror. And I think this time this could use two of these, one on each side, like that. Make it fairly wide. Make sure this is concrete as well. And ta-da! We have another building. I'm not sure why this is too up there. And I think for this we can also, thank you for subscribing. Say Selgini, sorry if I am butchering your name. I think for this we can have a few extra doors or windows. Like that. Does this, does this have the same Boolean object? Can duplicate this. And we can bring the other statue, this here, Shift D, move this to the new collection, and just some stairs. Some stairs here. Duplicate this here. So we can stairs we can easily do. I think I just need this here. Now we can just get rid of these. Can grab this here, just do that. What's going on here? I think I need hello Inspirit Galaxy. I'm noob in Blender, but Holly this is next level skills. Oh, thank you. This is fairly basic stuff. If you're new to Blender, it takes you about maybe at most, maybe if you're doing this on a daily basis, it will take you about a week to learn what we have done here. So it's not too complicated to learn. To show the whole building is on high area, add steps to empty side. I was saying to empty side. What empty side? Let me go back to this. To empty side, I'm not sure what you mean. Empty side, or do you mean this side? Because my chat is a few minutes behind. Okay. Yeah, our steps are kind of high, like they're really high. Anyway, so that shouldn't be a big problem. So I want a step here, so let's create our step. Making sure we maintain a low poly count. Just going to bring this here. Actually, I should have used an array because it would be much easier to line up these steps. Actually, a much faster way to do the steps is just grab an edge, a face like this, separate it. Let me isolate it for everything for a second. Add a few subdivisions like that, and those subdivisions can be beveled. So we have two bevels like this, but just make sure that you don't have any separation between them. And then all I have to do is just come in, select the individual faces like that, and I use scale individual origins or individual origins on the X. Did I do this right? So it seems I didn't bevel the edges as I wanted to do. So Control B, bevel the edges, but with nearly no gaps. No, actually, I think all I have to do is just select. Let me see. All I have to do is, yeah, do this. Select the lower edge. Just bring that forward, and we have our steps. Now I just need to make sure that these are filled in like that. There is a bevel profile also. Yeah, I don't want to use a bevel profile for this because that will just increase the polygon count. Yeah, we have a fairly decent step here. And hide. Okay, something like that. And we can now mirror this on the wall. Yeah, it's already mirrored, so we have that. Looks fairly decent. Now, since this is made of blocks, we can also just grab this entire block, Shift D, create a new collection, call this building 3. Maybe 4 or something, I don't know. Yeah. Just unhide this other collection. And this will not need this mirror. Not lying, it turned out to be good, very good stairs. Yeah, it's a nice trick to do stairs very quickly. So thank you for the mirror option. Saves so much time. Yeah, it does, especially for objects with symmetry. Does a fairly good job. Yeah, I think this is a decent single-story building. Again, for this, I think we're just going to apply a visual to mesh, just so that we have one single building block that we know is complete. Just reset the origin as well to 3D cursor, and then we have a building block. Let's see. Let's make this one here. Okay, let's start with the floor. Plane. Has a slight extrusion here, and then another extrusion. Actually, here, I think in the X, I'll just give this the concrete material again. Extrude. Even offset like that. You can also add in that kind of deco. I'll just add a loop here. Actually, I don't want any vertices underneath here, so we reduce on the polygon count. And I just grab I think I need an edge loop here. Insert like this. These stairs are these stairs I was talking about. Okay. Anyway, so I want to, let's do this. Grab this face, this face, this face, this face. P to separate, and then just for the walls, we only need I think we need another loop here. Let me see what's going on here. This should be filled. So here, all we need is to select the boundaries of this. Extrude up for the wall somewhere there. And I'm just going to add another loop here. Just use the brick material for the lower part. Cube projection like that. And then we can use a solidify modifier for the wall thickness, like that. This is very simple but powerful design. Thank you as well. Thank you. Roma again. Yeah, we are making some an asset pack for Rome, and it's going to be available to my Patreon, so that's why you see. And after we make the pack, we can always just make assets for this. I want a fairly good number of assets. I think I need an edge loop here. Grab this, push it just like that. Or we can have it the other way around. We can have this going a bit like that. Add a loop here. Have something like that. Add a window here. For the window, all I have to do is just delete that piece. And then let's start working on the roof. We already have a roof. Let's grab it. Where is my roof? Yeah, this roof here. Can grab that. Just use it here. Have it. Yep. What are these? I think this is somewhat like that. My laptop is running out of juice. Let me see. Just rotate this. Now I think we can continue on this building later. What I want to do, I want to test out how this would look in an actual city. Hello Jake Studio, hello Cloud, how are you guys doing? Welcome to the stream. So I'm going to just have this in its own collection. I'll call this building 4. And I just need a new collection called building 4, like that. And I'll save this. Now what I'm going to do is first let me go to my asset, just add these building collections to my asset library. And give this a quick render. Let me turn off some of the effects that I have under color management. I want to see if we can make a quick city out of the last few seconds that we have. So that is the building 1. Go to this one as well. Quick render. Do this a quick render as well. Should have these viewport look a bit. Let me see. And have this added as an object. For this building, when I'm creating a landscape in Blender, the lagging a lot. I'm using an RTX. How do I fix it? Well, what kind of landscape are you sculpting it? What exactly are you doing to make the landscape? Then yeah, our last block here. Okay, let's open back up our ROM city. And actually, before I even do that, I need to make sure that I have a backup copy of this project. Okay. Now, this is what we were making before the live stream shut off. It's a Roman city, but we only had large buildings. We didn't have any good small buildings, and yeah, so we have made a few of those. I'll come back maybe off stream and make more smaller buildings. Let's wait for the preview here. Yeah, thank you for subscribing, Hacksbald. Okay, so this is what we have for now. I think I need to make my characters a bit taller. Like that. And then, yeah, we need to populate the city with more smaller buildings, especially in the back. So let me scale this this plane. Give it a new grid, a new geometry nodes. We're going to use geometry nodes to populate the city. Let me first pause this. Let me bring in the buildings we have just created. So library. You have this. Bring that in. Okay. If the angle was low, you would be great. Yeah, I want to have the same angle as this. What I'm going to do is just have a lot of buildings going that side. And that's why you see we created these small buildings. Let me go back to my collection. Okay, where did I put the rest of the buildings? I had 3 buildings, I think. Yeah, and that. Those are the 3 buildings we created. So let's use them to populate the rest of the area. So I'm going to use, let me go back to, let me use sculpt mode. Just sculpt the rest of the landscape, and let me first increase this fairly. I'm going to use sculpt mode with Dynotopo on, just because the only way this is going to work is if it's going to look great is if the horizon is full of buildings like that. So let's see. Now, where are our buildings? Have these in a collection called small buildings. Small buildings, and again we want to instance. Let me first reduce this audio a bit, this music a bit. Which is faster, video render for Blender other than Eevee? Well, I think Cycles X is much faster now. It's getting faster. I haven't really tried out many render engines other than Cycles. Thank you for subscribing, Zach Panan. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name. So yeah, we want to use points on faces like that. This will get rid of the original face. So what I'm going to do is original geometry, just join the original geometry back. I want to use random to do that. Do we have vertex? Do we have vertex groups here? I don't think we do. Okay, so then what I want to do is use another node here, instances on points, and we need to use the collection. We need to bring in the small buildings collection, and I use those as instances. Did that work? Let me first see. Yeah, so this is what we have. Separate children, reset children. No, we don't reset. Density can be 20. You can play with a different seed, and for the rotation, that means if we use the rotation here, it's not going to work out as I want. What I want to do is rotate these a bit differently. So I think I can do. You can use vertex paint to specify the distribution. Render Google tutorial. Can you do it with geometry nodes? Because I'm not sure if there is a vertex group option in geometry nodes. I haven't really explored geometry nodes a lot, so I'm not very sure. Anyway, so I want to rotate these randomly, so I'm going to use a set instance rotation, rotate instances here, and I want to rotate them a few degrees. So I'll just use the random value, but change this to vector, and I want to rotate these randomly on the Z axis only. So you can see we have, I think some of them are off, are not in these. They're being rotated in a funny way. Let's see, 0.001. That's too small. 0.005, maybe 0.009. Yeah, something like that. And yeah, again, I'm not sure. Maybe I haven't really tried the proximity option. Actually, I think we can do we can choose where these are going to be, because I don't want them inside here, by using the proximity option. So let me grab a cylinder, an empty sphere. Let me scale it up. Where is that? And bring it to this. Let me try out the proximity geometry proximity. Now the target should be this. Source position. I think this might needs to be a mesh, I think. So let's use a cylinder, like a circle like this. PC specs, I just use exclamation mark specs. So we can bring this in. Can bring the icosphere here. And we can compare, I think. We can compare. Let me see, compare. You can bring in a compare floats, or compare vectors. Is it? Let me see, vector math. Does this have a compare value, compare attribute? Actually, I can geometry proximity and distance. Let me see. I'm trying to see a way to just isolate, just make sure that these instances are within this ball here, which I will just view other wireframe. Just so it's much easier. I think what I want to do is, because we have this distance, and I want to compare the distance of each point, which we can do with the position. So vector, actually, geometry, get the position, and just search for position. If you add a density input and modify it in the tab, vertex, a density input, density in, add density point. Let me see, density point. Not really sure what you mean. Anyway, we can make our lives much easier, or figure out the another way to distribute this. So what I can do is just come here. I'm going to first duplicate this and hide this, and remove the geometry nodes on the first one. The second one, we can just do a mask. So I'm going to grab this object and use a mask modifier. A mask modifier, mask. A mask modifier. Have it above, and just select the vertices that I want to have. Just select the vertices that I want. What have I done? Just select the vertices that I want. So simply like that. Actually, a much easier way would be to go in here, erase everything, all the geometry, add a plane, I'm just looking for a much efficient way to do this. Subdivide this a few times. Okay, I think I also removed the actual object that so this one shouldn't have any geometry nodes. I want to create a plane like this, give it a decent amount of subdivisions, like that, then give it the geometry nodes. Why can't I give this a geometry nodes with the buildings we had? Let me see. Let me make sure that yeah, apply the scale. Okay, this is really heavy. Hanging the PC. Let me undo this. Just go to the apps, remove this, open Blender again. Yeah, so what I want to do is use the shrink wrap modifier just so it's much easier for me to control the positioning of the particles. Now, let me open the project again so we can get rid of the geometry nodes on this. Okay. Now what I want to do is add a plane on here. Just scale it up. It doesn't even have to be that big. It can be this size. And you're going to see the advantage of doing it this way. We can add a shrink wrap modifier here. Just select this as the target, and you can see now the object is here. Now what we can do is create our setup again. Bring in our small buildings collection. Use points on faces. Points on faces. Distribute points on faces like that. We need just a few buildings, and then add instances on points like that. Bring this as our instance like that. Just bring back our geometry with a join geometry. So geometry, join geometry like this. Scale the buildings down like that. And again, the rotation, we can set it to be random in the Z. So vector, we just need it to be random in the Z. So I'll do a vector math. No, a random value. Do a combine XYZ and a vector combine XYZ like so. Connect this in the rotation. Now we can do a fairly good rotation like that. Okay, it seems some of these buildings have their origins away from the center, which is kind of affecting how the rotation is working. So I'm going to go back to, actually I think I just need to select the object. See, this building here has its origin in the away from the center. So let me see if I can find that, fix that. Yeah, so you can see this is the project file, and you can see that this building is away from the center, which is causing issues. So I'm just going to bring that, move it back to the center, just disable it for a second, grab this like that. Yes. So now the file will not upload, this project file will not upload immediately. So if you can see, if I rotate this, the buildings are still rotated. What I can do is go to the outline here and look for, is it blend files, and just reload these blend files. Hopefully I get the right one. So this is, yeah, now their rotation should be much better. So if I rotate this, you can see they are rotating within the pivot point. I think I might be using the wrong collection. So small buildings, this here is the collection I want. For some reason we only have like one type of building. Yeah, so now, yeah, this is what we want. Now you could use the particle system, but I know that the particle system doesn't really render empties, or it doesn't instance empties for some reason, so we can't really use that. So we have to use geometry nodes, and it's hanging quite a lot. Let me first reopen it again. Yes, this is not it. It's supposed to be this. Now the positioning seems to be a bit off.